Hi friends, this is Tiina and welcome to my new video. Today we are making some Christmas cards, and I'm saying Christmas because I'm celebrating Christmas, but you can absolutely make these for any holidays you're celebrating, and feel free to change the colors and modify this to your needs. These cards are very simple and minimalistic in style, so you could definitely try this one out even if you're not a super experienced painter. I used some brown paper for the card, so the first thing I did was cut a little piece of that paper to do some swatches of paint first. If you're using this kind of paper as well, I would highly recommend swatching your colors at first, because on this darker paper the shades always look a bit different compared to what they look on the palette. I used gouache for this, but you can use some markers as well. I only used 5 tubes of paint. I used zinc white and olive green from Winsor and Newton, and light yellow, vermilion and black intenso from Royal Talens. And all of my used products are listed in the description. So for both cards I painted this branch with green leaves and red berries, and for both of those I only used 3 different shades of green, and I'm showing you how I mixed them here. So the first color I mixed was this middle shade, and I pretty much just used the olive green and zinc white for that. For the lightest color, I again took green and also mixed in some yellow and a lot more white to create this olive green color. For the last green shade, I mixed in more black to create a dark olive green shade. And lastly, I took some vermilion color and mixed in a bit of black and yellow. So I did 2 super simple card designs, and first I started with the even more simple one that only has one shorter branch. First I took the middle green color and painted some of the leaves with that. I chose this super rounded shape for the leaves to get this more illustrative style. I used a small or medium sized round brush for all the leaves. Like pretty much always, I mixed in water to the gouache paint to create this silky smooth texture for it, and like this, the paint flows super smoothly on the paper. Next I went with the lightest color, and first I applied that to 3 leaves, but ended up covering one of them with the darkest green because I just felt like it needed more of that in the end. I left little uncolored circles for the leaves for the red berries, so I would know where to paint them later. Next I took the bright red and started painting the berries in these patches on top of the leaves. The next step was adding some black to balance this painting out, and I did this using a thin liner brush from Arteza. I don't even know what to call this shape, but I added some of these thin black leaves, I guess, in between the green leaves and also on top of them. I also painted the twig in the middle with the same color. I wanted to add some details on the leaves because I felt like they needed something more, so I used the same green color for the leaves as before, and basically always used a color that was one step darker for each leaf. I only mixed some more black to the darkest color. So for the lines on the leaves, I basically just drew one line going straight across from the bottom to the top of the leaf, and then I drew these diagonal lines on both sides as symmetrical as possible. Some of my lines turned out super crooked, but that's totally okay. For some leaves, I added more lines, and for some less. If you want to keep your cards super simple, you can absolutely leave as many details out as you want to, and overall I think this illustration and these cards are so easy to modify however you want. I understand that some of my painting videos and tutorials aren't accessible to everyone due to just the amount of time it takes to make them, but I hope this would encourage you to paint along and try this out. Also, this first card took less than 20 minutes to make. Lastly, I just painted a small black dot to the bottom of the berries. I will do the lettering for both of these cards in the end, and I will have that in the chapters if you want to skip to that now. But first I will do the next card, which is a bit more time consuming one but still only took about 25 minutes. It has a wreath style illustration. First I sketched a big circle and just started sketching the leaf shapes everywhere along the circle, making sure that it's not way too crowded. Obviously I sketched this off camera, but I just wanted to talk you through that process a bit so you would understand what I was doing. I pretty much did all the steps as in my previous card, but to repeat a little bit, I first painted all the leaves and tried to balance the three colors pretty evenly across the wreath. First I started with the middle color, so it's the olive green color. I only mixed in a bit of white in. I tried to go with the smaller leaves for this painting so the whole card wouldn't be absolutely filled with stuff and there would be some more space between the painting and the edges of the paper, and also in the middle where I will write the Happy Holidays text. Next I took again the lightest gouache shade and tried to still leave some of the leaves uncolored so I could paint them with my dark green tone later. Then I again took my red paint and started painting the berries. I painted them in groups and left a little space between them to create some balance. Making them different sizes is a good thing too, it sometimes makes it more interesting. I also added a couple of them later since I just felt like it needed a bit more. With my liner brush I painted these thin leaves and then created the branch behind the leaves in a circular shape. When that was done, I painted a dot for the berry with the black gouache and added a couple of more berries in the empty spots. Again, for the veins of the leaves, I used the same green shades and made them as symmetrical as possible. I want to say, I hope you have a great December and have a happy and safe time during holidays, whether you celebrate anything or not. I know Christmas and holidays are sometimes very hard time for some people, but I just hope you get to enjoy your time with people you like and get to relax and find some joyful moments. My Instagram DMs are always open if you need someone to chat to or just want to vent to someone. I took my corner rounding tool and rounded all of the corners of these cards with the medium setting. If you don't have one, don't worry at all, you can just use some scissors or leave them as is. I wrote Happy Holidays on both cards with my black Tombow Fudenosuke hard tip pen in a more calligraphy style font. I'm doing a mini giveaway and I'm gonna be sending these cards to some people who would enjoy them, so write giveaway in your comment if you would like to join. There will be 2 winners. This giveaway is super low key and the only rule is that you would have an Instagram account, so you can tell me your address there. Keep in mind that since it's already December, it's highly likely that these won't arrive to you on time before holidays if you live further away from me, but I still hope some of you would enjoy this little handmade card. This giveaway is international, but I will have to check if your country has any restrictions if you win. I will randomly choose the winners in 3 days from now, and I will announce the winners on my community tabs, and I will choose another ones if I don't get an answer from you in 24 hours. But now we are getting to the end of this video. I would love to see any recreations from you, and as always, I want to thank you for being here. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe, leave a thumbs up, and leave a red emoji in the comments if you're still here. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye!